Okay, folks, a very good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the live futures trading session with myself, Charles Cockton. We have the tariff drama going on as we speak, so watch out for choppy trading there. And the initial enthusiasm has faded this morning. Okay, let's get stuck in. So what's happened today is Donald Trump's tariff liberation day has been potentially blocked by the Court of International Trade, who said that US President Trump was acting outside of his authority to implement these tariffs. So as a result, we've seen a strong reaction initially, strongly risk on, with markets absolutely surging higher, S&P 500 down, NASDAQ overnight. That has somewhat faded now. And if we just take a look at the E-mini from the overnight session, we can see, yes, it surged higher. Price tried to hold above the R2 pivot point and has collapsed. That, buyers at the point of control collapsed, buyers at the R2 collapsed, buyers at the value area low collapsed. So sellers are in control. Okay, we've moved back down to this 5936 area, and that remains a key area for sellers. Okay, if we can stay underneath this region here, this R1
update for the South African Bank,
we could very well see a continuation of selling. So we want to avoid longs for now. We want to see if we get a continuation for shorts. If we can get above 5960, be careful, because the market has rejected higher prices. So watch out for sellers. And if we see a 5945, 5960, say we move up into that area, there's a high probability of failure as we move back into that 100 exponential moving average. So if we move up there and then fail, then look for selling. If we see it below 5935, we go back below these, then expect a continuation of shorts down to that pivot point, about that 5910 region. And if we see clear absorption, we can look for longs from the 5910. And that's what to look for today. Looking at the order flow from the overnight session, we can see that the delta has turned negative from early in the European session. I think really what markets are sort of realizing is that Trump has a number of ways of putting these tariffs back on. We had White House advisor Navarro saying, where was he? No, it was Hassett, economic advisor Hassett, saying he's confident in the success of tariff ruling appeal. So the Trump administration has immediately appealed the International Court of International Trade's decision. We have had some data out with the jobs data, showing slight weakness here for initial jobless claims than continuous jobless claims. Nothing to be alarmed about, but it is weaker than markets are expecting, and that was above the market's maximum expectations. GDP second estimate slightly better, so they sort of offset each other. So nothing really to see in that. The main news is the FOMC minutes, with the Fed saying that they didn't see the sell-off in US Treasuries as a broader sell US asset narrative. They saw it more as the dollar weakness to do with hedging portfolios. So that also gave the dollar a bit of a boost. That has faded somewhat now. That initial dollar strength, you can see here, it's up and it's been clearly sent lower. So although all that move higher has just been sold, and analysts like ING, MUFG, Goldman Sachs, they see that Trump still has tricks up his sleeve to make sure tariffs work. So that's why we're seeing this initial enthusiasm fade. Sellers are in control. They're in control of the delta. You can see here we're pushing down and through this weekly value area high here. And we've got the point of control sitting down here at the 5926 region. Some buyers trying to come in here. You can see some of that absorption going on, the price going lower, delta moving higher. So there is a bit of absorption going on down here, and we can look for that. Obviously, if we go back into this developed value area high here, then watch for sellers and a failure on that first standard deviation. So that's what we're looking for. I'm going to take my time today. I was a bit too eager yesterday, so I just want to take my time and wait for those best trades and not be guilty of over trading. So just wanting to take it easy today. Just find the good opportunities and take them as they come. And there should be plenty of good opportunities. At the moment, we're seeing absorption. Just to point out that absorption, you see it here. So you want to note it when this happens. Do you see price moving lower, even as the delta moves higher? Okay, that's clear absorption going on. But broadly, we're still in this kind of sell area. The strong sellers are here, got trap buyers there, and they've been dominating. And since then, buyers have been coming in and in and in. So being very conscious of sellers at this region, at this 5950, 5960 region. That's what we're looking for. And then we really want to see delta and on balance volume all moving in the same direction to give us a clear trading opportunity. Okay, so so what we're going to be looking for as we come into this session is buyers getting trapped up at that 5955. That looks to be the most attractive area because we've had the sellers come in, we've got absorption going on. So maybe a false break of this region here could be really attractive. So we've had a breakdown test. Now we're having a retest of this defined value area. Push down into this area. Would we consider longs? Yes, we would consider longs, but we need to see sort of clear evidence of it. Okay, there's a bit of absorption going on here, but we're still underneath this structure, so we want to be very careful. Okay, we've got 20 minutes to the open. The thing to look out for is that Donald Trump starts making some very bullish comments about tariffs, and if he does, then look for sharp selling in equity markets. That's definitely something to be looking for. You can see here even, okay, you've got sellers trying to come in here, bit of negative delta coming in. Okay, sellers trying to come in here, sellers trying to take out these trap buyers here. Very important area. So let's see if we get a breakout here. Right. Okay, we'll sell this if I can. Right, I'm going to sell that. You've got some buyers trapped there. See if we can get this a little bit lower. Okay, just going to close that. We did get some buyers trapped, but let's see, maybe give it another go here. Hang on balance volume pushing up, cumulative delta pushing up, so we'll just wait. Okay, we don't mind selling this, but we need to see evidence that it's clearly going lower. We're into this value area low. Right, now this is going to try and bounce here. Okay. So let's have a look on the 5 minute, see what's going on. So 1 minute has trapped some sellers. Okay, so there's a bit of a potential turnaround trying to come in here. You got buyers trapping those sellers there. Right, let's give that a go. Let's just see if we get anything on that. So sellers have trapped all those buyers there. So I don't want to stay with that. Maybe just see if I can get a little bit out of it, and then just this is still a sell market. See sellers trapping those buyers. Let's see if we can get a move lower here. 5 minute sellers. Right, I'm going to take that as a sell.
Update on trade concerning Japan's PM Ishiba held phone talks with US President Trump, and they exchanged views on tariff issues. Further, from Ishiba thinks Trump and I deepened understanding, aim to create jobs through investment.
Slowly grinding down. Okay, I'm going to take both positions off. It's just taking a bit of time now. You can see on balance volume starting to move up, cumulative delta starting to move up. Okay, just take that off. So tricky day today. We got some nice selling action as we broke down through these areas, which unfortunately Nadjan was asleep for. But to get a nice breakdown, just as we broke down through these lows here, got a nice run into the support area. Then the key feature of the second half of the day has just been this volume that's been building as price is moving low, but the delta has been moving higher. That's just giving us some very nice absorption. In fact, I'm gonna have another long there just because these buyers are coming and trap those sellers. So that absorption's carrying on. And you can see buyers coming in, trapping those sellers, and price trying to grind higher, cumulative delta moving higher, on balance volume moving higher. And you can see, okay, that could have some legs to run. And we're taking out those highs here, which we were struggling with earlier. So I'll just have this as the closing trade of the day, and you can see we've got these sellers here, right? If they get trapped and these sellers are getting trapped, those sellers are trapped, then you could potentially have a run up to 5,940, maybe even up to 5,950. Oh, well done, Nadjan. Good man. Oh, well done. Yeah, it's a nice lot of absorption going in, so kind of makes sense. See buyers here trapping those sellers. Let's see if that carries on or whether that fades away. Cumulative delta moving up, on balance volume moving up, buyers coming in. That's great. So still happy to go long here. There's nothing about that I don't like. You can see the 1 minute creeping up over that level. That's great. I'll move that to break even now. I don't want that coming back against me. And that should just ping forward higher from here. Lovely. Delta building. That's nice. Right, I'm going to probably trail this on the 1 minute now. Right, take half the position off. The other half at break even. I actually entered the position. Whoops. Right, they're all off. Okay. Right, that'll do for now. I'll check that out. Thanks, Ryan. Take care and look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. See you, folks.